43.8 versus 42.1 in the month of October. And again, I should also note that the services print for both countries, for both economies, that was below forecast. But maybe this points to a little bit of a stabilization, even though we're still looking at pretty stagnant growth. How about we bring in the expert on this, Chris Williamson, Chief Business Economist at IHS Markit. Chris, stagnation or signs of growth? What would you make of it?
Well, both. So the current situation is very much a stalled Eurozone economy. We've had 3 months now of the headline composite PMI across manufacturing services at pretty much around that 50 level. So no growth. In fact, when you run your models, it's indicating maybe 0.1% GDP growth in the fourth quarter, so eking out some growth. But the interesting thing, and what I think the markets have caught on to, is it's been the manufacturing sector that's led this slowdown over the last year. But that's now showing some signs of turning around, bottoming out, not growing by any means yet. But for a couple of months now, we've had some signs of a turnaround. The big question is, of course, is that going to continue, and is it going to help the service sector resilient? Because the fear is that we're losing jobs now in some sectors, and that's going to feed through to weaker household spending, which is dragging down the service sector numbers. That's why we've got these weaker than anticipated services PMIs. So, how's this going to play out? Are you going to see manufacturing turnaround, keep the service sector resilient, and we'll see the Eurozone avoid a downturn?
And yet some of these numbers, you talked about a floor for manufacturing potentially there. November flash manufacturing PMI output prices, they're at 48.5. That's against 48.7 in October, and that's the lowest level since April 2016. And then business expectations, and this plays into these conversations about confidence. Flash services PMI business expectations coming in at 57. That's lower than last month, 57.4, and that's the lowest since June 2013. So how much optimism should there be?
Look, we're grasping at straws to some extent because this manufacturing downturn in the euro area, and Germany in particular, has been so severe. But the easing in German new orders in particular is a real sign of life. In fact, the decline in new orders, although severe, was the lowest for 10 months. So it just indicates just how much we've come from the lows of the summer. But it's merely the rate of decline easing. That's